A Boy and His Blob. Trouble on Blobolonia. 1989. This, I didn't like this game at first, man, but it grows on you quickly. The more you get to know it and everything. So, let's go ahead and get started. Because there's quite a bit to go through. So, before we go over anything, I want to show you a quick little trick that you can do. So if you select the honey jelly bean and you feed it to him and then quickly switch to ketchup and feed it to him, he'll turn into a brick wall. So feed him this and then feed him the ketchup. There he is. And then he just turns into a brick wall. It has no, what's it called? There's no special use for this. It was actually programmed into the game before they found a bug, and that's when they switched the wall feature to the ketchup feature, but this is kind of a cool way to do that. So just to follow your thing, just I think it's either A or B, man. I'm using emulation, so I have like custom buttons, so I don't know if it's either A or B, but one of the buttons is to whistle, and that's to call him. And the other one is to throw the jelly beans. So we need to go down the subway first. So you can see up there, TR22. There are 22 treasures we need to get. So do punch. Punch is for like hole punch. And that will get him to create a little hole. You could just fall down and then call him down. Be careful that he doesn't fall on you when he's a hole, or you'll fall into the or you'll fall again. So we're gonna do licorice for ladder. All the flavors somewhat stand for an easy way to remember what things do, and I'll explain them as we use them. So there's 21. Now you can there's fall damage in this, like where you'll die. This is one hit deaths in the game. But you can fall from a comfortable level, but not super high. So you just got to be careful. So let's go over to this screen, and we're going to do the punch again. So cycle through your things and do punch, and we're going to fall through. Okay, so call him, and remember, make sure he doesn't fall on you, or you'll fall through. Now these worms will kill you in one hit. The trick is to go right there, like wait till he's at the peak, and then you can go underneath him. So let's keep going. Right here we want to do vanilla, and that's for like umbrella. Vanilla, umbrella, it somewhat works, but that will break your fall. Actually, the umbrella does quite a few things. Not quite a few things, it does two things. It helps you float down. So let's do this, and I'm going to show you the second thing here in a minute. So let's going to go to the cinnamon. Cinnamon, I guess, because it's kind of, it could be hot if you have too much cinnamon, maybe, and that's for the blue torch. So burn the spider web. Now, which will kill you if you don't. If you just run into the spider web, it'll kill you. So a good thing for the cinnamon is to strategically place the blob if you need to use them as a trampoline. That's a good way. So we're going to just drop them. Go here, and we're going to do the vanilla again, the umbrella. Whoops. It's easy to kind of accidentally go through the thing, because this also creates like a blockade for this next thing. So we go and just go through here. Now this is kind of dangerous right here, because you can get hit. You could get hit on the side. Another thing you could do is create a bubble, which I'll show you here in a little bit. But you move super slow with the bubble. Okay, so with this one, we need to get across. So we want to do strawberry for drawbridge. Okay, and we gotta do the same thing with the Oop. Scary. Okay. Call him over. And then just drop down. If we go over here. Yeah, okay. Drop down. And this should be okay to get the diamond. So I want tangerine for trampoline. And with the thing, you can just walk onto it until you start bouncing. But you have to hit up to start bouncing higher. But you also have to break your fall by hitting down. Like if you fell from super high up there, and you don't land on a trampoline, you will die. So we want to use a punch, but we want to go on the left side of this. So let's select punch. And remember, go over there, don't let it fall on you. If that falls on you when he's still a hole, you'll fall again. So let's call him over. Whoop. Scary, those worms are scary. I think we fall again. I'm just gonna jump off. Yep, okay. See, that's about as high as you can fall. If you fall any higher than that, you will die. So let's go to the left. We are going to use licorice ladder. Come on, go over here. BLOBBERT. Okay, call him up. And you can see that there's how many jelly beans you have with the number right next to it. One more. And if you throw the jelly bean from too far away, he might not catch it and you could waste it. So it's good to go close to him, but not super close. Okay, so we want to... Come on, you moron. Okay, so we want to fall, but we want to fall over on this side. Because there's a worm down there. So we want punch. Oh, I thought there was a worm. No, okay, I know where we're at. Yeah, the worm's not here yet. Okay, we go over here. Now here's the thing with the bubble. So we want to choose cola. And then there'll be a bubble. And this is pretty much the hardest part of the game, is the bubble. So be the bubble and then drop off. Okay, now we want to go down. There's nothing to the right. You'll just eventually end up at a blockade. So here's one. And that's it for the stuff over to the left. So going to the right, actually, I believe like they were going for a thing like, oh, there's current. So it's much harder to go to the right than it is to the left. So we want to keep going over, but we got to be careful because the next screen's going to have some little spikes that we got to watch out for. Yeah, so don't pop your bubble or you'll die. So there's a treasure underneath us right now, which is hard to get, and we'll probably die trying to get it, but that's okay, because we have 5 guys, and the thing you want to do over here is because that one to get it so dangerous, there's 6 over here that we need to get, so it's good to just secure yourself with the treasures and then risk dying getting that one, because we're going to try to go for all of them. And you don't even really need to get all the treasures in the game. The treasures just buy you ammo, which we're not even really going to use. So remember, stay down here or you'll pop your bubble. Okay, it's in the next screen. So I'm just gonna concentrate on this part. Just watch what I'm doing. Where's the treasure? Hold on, maybe it's over here. Where is... What did I do? Where the I could have sworn the treasure was over... Oh, maybe it's not. No, it's in the next screen. It's in this one. Okay. So, you'll see. See how it's tucked in there? Very dangerous. Yep, that's okay. I was expecting to die, but we got the treasure, so that's all that matters. So let's do the cola thing again. Okay. Now, drop down. Now go left. And there's going to be a chunk of land where we're just going to be able to get up. So, get out of the bubble. Now we want to be sure to go... okay, that's fine. Yeah, because there's going to be a worm up there. So we want licorice. I believe that there's 12 different flavors. Let's go up. Yep, there's the worm. So let's call him. Okay, so we want to... With this one's the program's a bit weird. If you don't... Okay, if you turn him to a bridge when he's too far to the left, he'll just stay there. He won't do what he's supposed to do. So, oops. Go to strawberry. Now we'll do the bridge. Ooh, okay. That's always scary going under them. I think that's the last scary worm that we have to deal with. Okay, so here's the part where we need to use the cinnamon, because this is a very strategic spot. If you do not put it in the right place, you're gonna die. So we, oops, okay, we want to do cinnamon. And I'm gonna place them, so you see where I'm standing right here? These two little yellow spots. I'll move over, see those two little yellow lines? You want to place them just to the left of them. If you don't place them enough to the left, it's not going to work. So that's a good spot. So let's change them to a trampoline, and we'll know that we have the right spot if we're clipping through the thing. So go on there, and if your body's going through the thing, we'll see. So we need to go here and get the treasure here. I think this is good enough. I'm pretty sure this is good enough. We might not be over enough, but I'm going to try it anyways. So what we're going to do, we're going to just... I think that's good, though. We're going to keep bouncing up. We got to go really high up. Okay, next bounce, we want to just push over to left. Okay, so I'm hitting left. Okay, we made it. Good. So the trick to get him up here, whistle at him first, so he turns back into the blob. And then, oops, we want to throw the honey. You can also throw, like, a little ketchup thing to him, but you barely have any of the ketchup ones. And it's best to just use the honeys, because he got way more. Where is he? Oh, he didn't catch it. There we go, come on. He'll fly up. Honey is for hummingbird. So what we want to do right now, turn him back into BLOBBERT. Now we want to turn him into a bridge. And then go across this. Just leave him there, because we're just going to grab a treasure real quick. Okay. Alright, now call him over. And we want to get a ladder. Call him up. Now for some reason you gotta go over to this screen to be able to use the ladder to go up. It'll stop for some reason on the other one and it won't let you up. Like it'll just stop right where the ceiling starts. So you gotta do that. So I think we need to turn him into a trampoline. This might be okay. Right here, let's just try it. If not, we could always just move over. We might be too far to the left. Nope, we got it. Remember, you always got to hit up to be able to bounce higher, and then down. I'm pushing down right now to slow your fall. Call up, and then do the ladder again. Come on, Blob. And the more you play, the more you'll get familiar with, like, where you kind of need to be to call him. How far he'll go over and stuff. There's only a few spots where you actually need to strategically place him. Yeah. Alright, so this part's a little tricky. We're gonna go over there, and we gotta drop down, and we got to deal with the worm. But the good thing about the worm is he jumps pretty high. So this is... We're not just dropping down here. There's a couple things. We gotta drop down multiple floors after we get that, so we gotta kind of dance around with that worm a little bit. So... Turn to punch. And then we're gonna switch to... No, we need punch again. Okay. So switch to punch. Okay. Wait for him to go down. And about right now. Okay, we got this. Ooh. Call him over. I'm gonna feed him another punch, and then I'm just gonna drop down, get the treasure. So I want to be right where he's gonna drop down, because there's a trick. So call him, and then you can fall again. You don't have to waste another jelly bean. So call him over, and then now we're gonna go over here and use the ladders. So there's only one more treasure left. And that's on our way out. So it's actually pretty convenient. Hey. See, that's... Sometimes it'll do that. You gotta... Come here. What's going on? Maybe I gotta go over here. Wait a minute, where am I? Oh, I know what I gotta do. Okay, so... Here is the trick here. This is another really strategic thing that you have to do. So I'm actually gonna... punch a hole through here. Okay, drop him down. Now we're gonna turn him into a umbrella. Oops. Man, I always do that. Vanilla. Okay. So here's the thing. With this one, get the umbrella and then just barely tap off of it. Because we want to just float down. There we go. So we're just clipping through everything. Now what you need to do is drop him. Call him. Now turn him into a trampoline without him moving. So feed him trampoline. And then now that will send us up perfect. We should be clipping through these walls. See how we're clipping through it? That's the perfect spot we need to be in to be able to make our way to the top. And it's high up there. It's super high. So we're going up multiple screens. Okay. Show. Now just throw a honey thing down after calling him. Alright. Now we gotta turn him into a bridge. So, strawberry. Okay, now we need him right here. Licorice. So this one's a little funny because we'll go up, but when we call him, he's gonna fall back down. But that's okay. Because we could just use the honey again. Or you could use the ketchup. It's up to you, but like I said, there's not too many ketchups. So we want to just use the ladder now. Okay, so now we're back at the subway. We need to use the thing one more time. And the last treasure is right here. Okay, we got them all. So now we need to call them over and then turn them into a bridge again. Now, this part right here is one of the 2 times we need to turn him into a jack. So it's easy because it's apple, like Applejack. So he'll stop right there. Just throw him that. And then he's going to turn into a jack and watch what happens. Knocks the thing off. So now, call him back down. And you could either turn him into a ladder or a trampoline. Either way, it'll get you up. So to be able to get him up from here, so once we're up here, we could just, that's good. We need to turn him into, you have to use the ketchup thing, but I like to not call him yet, because this is a little funky right here. For some reason, you like to go down the steps, so I'm just going to go down the steps, and then back up, and then I can go across. It's a weird thing, so what you want to do is call him, and he turns into the blob. Now we're going to use the ketchup at the very end part. We can just do it right now. Doesn't matter. Ketchup. There he is. Okay. So just run straight into here. You don't have to hit any buttons. It'll automatically buy your stuff. So that's just ammo. Like I said, we're not even going to use it. I'll show you what it does, but like we're not even going to use it. But you will notice if you cycle through your stuff, now you have a thing that says lime, and there's 2 of them, and that's absolutely necessary to beat the game. So we're going to choose root beer. This is the only time you use a root beer, and it's for a rocket. And that's going to take us to the second half of the game. So watch on your screen, you're going to see some candies. Right here. See those peppermints? Now those peppermints, if you collect 5 of them, you get an extra guy. So that's what we're going to do. And at the end, I'm going to show you a trick. After we beat the game, I'm going to show you a little glitch trick what you can do for this half where you can just beat it super fast. But we're going to do it the regular way the first time through. So what you want to do is you want to stomp. I think we're out of alignment for it, but let's just try anyways. Turn him into the tangerine. Because we want to get the candies, but I think we might have to use the cinnamon. I think we're not lined up good. Yeah, see, we're not. We just got to go a little bit to the left. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn him into the cinnamon. And then I'm just going to place him just a little bit over. Right here should be fine. Okay, now tangerine. And we got plenty of guys, so there's tons of peppermints hidden all throughout this area and stuff. And I'll show you where a few of them are, but like, I'm not really going to waste the time trying to get them. Okay, so if you go over here, you'll notice that there's some stuff falling. Now you could use... Now, you can use your gun on them if you wanted to, but they don't disappear. But I'm going to show you the gun anyways. So, you go till it says orange. Orange is Vita Blaster. So there's like... Whoops. Pick it up again. And you can shoot, and that's all your ammo. So if you go there, to the next screen, you can shoot, but they don't disappear. There's some popcorn later that will disappear, and some other stuff that you can use the vitamin thing, but you don't need to. So here's the trick. Drop it, and there's a thing called coconut. And this can be tricky, too, because you want to run with it, but without leaving the screen, you want to throw it. So go over here, run, and then throw it. And that's going to clear all these screens. Now with this game, every time you clear a screen, the enemies won't show up again. So it's impossible to get past the cherries without using this coconut trick. You'll see that it'll explode. Yeah. And that'll get you every time. There's no way past that spot without doing the little coconut trick. So we could just have it stop here. So just start running over there and we'll catch up with him. This is kind of like a long area. So there's some more peppermints on that screen that we can get. See, it's a pretty long area. But if we go right here, let's call them over. If you go just a little bit left of this, I'm going to turn him into cinnamon. Again, I want to place him. I want to see if I can just place him right here, maybe. I don't know. It's not really important. Like, if we're not lined up, it doesn't matter. I'm going to turn him tangerine. Now, see if we're lined up with the peppermint. Oh, we are. Okay, good. Alright, see, we just got the extra guy. With every 5 that you get an extra guy. So I'm going to show you the vitamin blaster again. Whoops. Okay, orange. So you can actually hit select while you have this, because right here it's vitamin C, but if you hit select, vitamin A, and it's a little bit lower projectile, and then vitamin B is the lowest. So we go to this screen, and see, you can actually blow these up, and they'll go away. But we're gonna do the bowling ball trick again. So I've noticed that when I'm doing it, it only works on certain screens, or you'll just throw the ball and it won't, the game won't follow the ball how it did last time. You'll just throw it and then it'll just kind of disappear. So you have to be on this screen and then when you first get into this land, the second half of the game, you got to be on the second screen when you throw it, and then on this little corn screen when you throw it the second time. So turn them to coconut. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to clear those screens. Or you can get your vitamin blaster and have fun, but that's pretty dangerous. So for the sake of this run, we're just going to use the coconut trick because it's the easiest. See how it's following it? The game's following it. If you did it on a different screen, I've noticed that a lot of the times it won't follow. So I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or what, but I've noticed that it works perfectly every time when we do it with those. So that's fine. We can actually stop it right here, because any further, it won't clear the screens. Now remember you can always, if you want to venture, like turn him into the trampoline and bounce and see what's up here, because I think there's hidden peppermints all throughout this area. Like I said, I don't want to waste time. I think there is something up here if you bounce, but we're not going to mess around. So here's where the first thing was. Now what we want to do right here, turn him into cinnamon again. And we got to place him pretty strategically. We want to clip through the candy cane, so I'm going to place him, man, I want to say maybe right here. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. We got to turn them into tangerine. The trick is to clip through the candy cane. If we're not clipping through the candy cane, we got to move over. Yeah, I think we're good. If we go through it, yep. Okay, so bounce up again and then go over. And then we're gonna, you could use the honey or the ketchup, doesn't matter. We could use ketchup. Let's just, whoops. See, we wasted it because he was still in his form. If you throw a jelly bean in and he's still in his form, he's not gonna catch it. He's gotta be Blobbert. Okay, so we can hit off on this, but now we need to turn him to an umbrella or we'll fall to our demise. So vanilla, and then we can just glide to safety. There's a thing over here. Oops. The game's kind of glitchy at some areas. So what I've noticed, you see this? Does this look familiar? So this looks exactly like the background from BART versus the Space Mutants when you get past the museum and you have to mess with that dinosaur. And both games are made by Imagineering. There's actually a secret BLOBBERT in the game of BART versus the Space Mutants, which I did a video covering. I'm going to put the video at the end of the link to the end at the end of this video, so you guys could watch it if you haven't seen it already, because it's kind of cool. So if we go over here, there's another jelly bean up here. If you you gotta be like, we'll probably miss it from here. You gotta be, I think it's right in the middle of it, but I'll just show you real quick. I think we're too far over to the left. Yeah, see, we're too far over. But I'm going to show you what happens if you miss the trampoline. I'll just kill myself. Oh, I guess not. Okay. I guess we didn't fall from high enough. But a thing that you can do here is, I think there's a little peppermints here. Because I think if we go over... Oh, it's the teeth. Okay, I think that there's... You can do a little hole punch. And there's peppermints. Down here, you can just fall. Yeah. I think if you go in there and he's a hole, I don't know if you'll fall or die, so you gotta be careful. Let's go back up. But we're gonna do the ladder again, so we don't have to mess with the teeth. There is one little set of teeth that you can't skip. That's at the very end. So we're going to do the coconut again. So just throw it. Alright, stop him. Okay, let's go. So now the teeth are gone. Oh no, they aren't gone. That was weird. Usually they're gone. Maybe we had to wait for him to go back. So right here is... You can blow those things up, and eventually you'll get... with your vitamin blaster, and eventually you'll get some peppermints. But that's kind of dangerous. Those are kind of hard to hit, all of them. So what I suggest is turn him into a hole punch. And then falling through. Now you gotta fall through at the right spot here, or it won't work. See, we didn't do it in the right spot. I think you gotta be over here. Come here, Blob. Let's try right here. Okay, we fell through. Okay. Call him over. So there's gonna be a little stop thing. Okay, so now the little chocolate chips are done. So now we need to go up. And you have to be over here. Oops. Come on. If you do it, if you make them a ladder, if you're too far over to the right, it does that thing where it just stops. It doesn't let you up. So you got to do it in the right spot. Okay, now we can turn him into a strawberry. There could be a peppermint up there. If you wanted to. No, there isn't a peppermint up there. Up there is another way to go through, but I think it's impossible to get through the teeth over there. So what we want to do is use the coconut. Again, we're going to throw the coconut, but you can only clear this next screen with the coconut. There's 2 screens of teeth, but you can't clear the second one. Even though it goes through the second one, it doesn't stop it. So just stop him right there, because this is pretty much the last object of the game. See how it didn't clear it? See, this one's cleared, but if we go to the other one, it's not cleared. And this can be dangerous. Okay. So this is basically the end of the game. What we want to do, so go over here. So this is why it was absolutely necessary to get the last bag of jelly beans at the right before we jumped out of the subway. You can't beat the game without the lime ones, because he turns into a key. So be careful, because you only have 2 of them that he catches it. Okay, and just have him be a key. Okay, so here's the end screen. This is the end boss. He doesn't attack you or anything, he just sits there. So what you want to do is call him. So he's Blobbert. Now we want to go to the apples. Now you gotta be careful, because you only get, like, I think 12 apples, 13. So the trick is, if you just throw it, it's not gonna reach him. You have to run into it. So hit throw and then run. Now he catches it, and then it'll knock over those vitamins. And the evil king is defeated with his own hidden supply of vitamins, and all the Blobolonia salutes their savior. Yeah, very good. And that's the end of the game. It's pretty much a little fetch quest. But I enjoy them. If fetch quests are done properly, they're pretty much one of my favorite genres of video games. But man, like those GBA games, the Game Boy Advance fetch quests, where you're just mindlessly looking for coins and stuff, like Shrek and what else was it? I mean, it's pretty much in all of the games. Willy Wonka, all that stuff, man. Those games are lame. So anyways, I want to show you the glitch on how you can clear all the enemies from the second part of the game. So let's just start over. So you can immediately... Actually, I want to show you what it's like if you're too close to the blob and you try to throw something to him. I guess he caught it. Sometimes he could miss him, so you just got to be careful. So turn it into the rocket. Root beer. Because you could go immediately, right when you start the game, you could immediately go to the second part of the game, but you're not going to beat it because you don't have the lime to get to the key to get to the end boss. And if you're over here, you can always go back to the subway part 2 by using another rocket. So once we get to the other land, you can just use the root beer rocket again to go back to the subway. if that's, for some reason, if you need to do that. So what we're going to do is right here, turn them into the blob, and just get one that has a lot. We can do with the honey. So what you want to do is you want to throw it, and then it could take a few tries, and you want to go over here. So you're going to throw it, and then we're going to immediately try to go over left. So throw it. Throw it. Let's see here. Man, I did it perfectly the other few times. There's a glitch where you can throw it. Come on. If you do it perfectly, you can... It'll flash the screen over. Of course, it's not working now. Come on. Get over here, Blob. There we go. I think Blobbert was too far over. You see how it just showed the end boss just for a split second? I think it wasn't working because Blobbert was too far over to the left. So watch here. Watch what it did. By it just... Remember how I was telling you earlier? How once you pass a screen, there will be no more enemies? By flashing to the end boss screen, the game thinks that we've already cleared all these screens. So look, there's no enemies. And you can just keep going to the very end. So if you wanted to beat it super quick without having to deal with all these enemies and stuff, you can do that glitch. Now, like I said, I think it was hard to do because Blobbert was too far over. But if you just throw it and just kind of wiggle back and forth, try to go left, just do what I did, and eventually it'll work. But see right here, look, there's no... Everything's gone. So that's the glitch. So yeah, that's the end of the game. I want to give this game an A, man. They did a really good job with doing just having a well-balanced thing, and they made the game in 6 weeks. It was yeah, it's good. And like I said, man, it can be kind of hard to get into and stuff, but I think I showed you a really quick and easy way to be able to beat the game so you guys can enjoy it, and feel free to explore and try to find stuff that I didn't show you. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Cue the music.